So this diminution of comprehension, the power of comprehension goes down. So therefore, the intelligence aspect is affected. So the capacity to to understand, to comprehend, and also to analyze all these faculties, they are low in these persons. The faculty of understanding, the faculty of analyzing, and then consequently also afterwards memory, the power of memory also. So loss of memory is seen in other miasms also, but here it is associated with this diminution of these faculties, the faculty of analysis and the faculty of understanding and all this. So what is commonly understandable for average persons, in these persons that will be difficult. That is what you see in this effect of this miasm. When the mind is occupied with this miasm, so then it affects these faculties. So the faculty of remembrance, all this will be diminuted. That is what you see as the effect of this miasm. And another very striking feature is that a tendency, a weeping tendency of weeping spontaneously without much reason. So just like that, mind will get despondent and start weeping. So this weeping tendency, despondent mind, weeping tendency, and pessimistic, that is always there, pessimism. So this weeping tendency is associated with depression also, feels easily depressed. These are the typical characteristics of the syphilitic miasm. So she can sit and mind is occupied with despondent thoughts and then start weeping. The soric persons also have this weeping tendency, because in Sora also there is despondency, but not always and as much as in this miasm. And therefore you find this weeping tendency in the remedies which are antisoric and also the remedies which are antisyphilitic. But antisyphilitic, the weeping of a person of antisyphilitic, syphilitic miasm is when you compare, when you observe the weeping of a person of psoric miasm and a person of syphilitic miasm. So the weeping of syphilitic person is much more what you can say that you can feel, when you observe these persons, you can feel that, oh, is this more piteous? So you feel for more pity for this person. Even children also. In children, the child of a syphilitic miasm weeps so deeply that you will feel very much piteous, pitiful. So, when you compare these two, when you compare the child of a psoric miasm, when the psoric child weeps, that is a different manner and not so much deeply despondent. But if a child of tubercular miasm weeps, that is different. He makes all very violent reactions. The tubercular child wants something, and until the child is given what the child wants, keeps on weeping, shouting, screaming and all this in tubercular miasm. But in syphilitic miasm, a child of syphilitic miasm weeps silently and more deeply. Tubercular miasm is violent, syphilitic miasm is silent behavior. Because that is homicidal, this is suicidal. In syphilitic miasm it is introvert, suicidal, whereas in tubercular miasm it is extrovert, homicidal, opposite behavior. That is why you can identify from children, from their behavior. So also in adults, when they are grown up into adults also, but the miasm is, they are more intensified. So therefore, tendency to weep even without any apparent cause, just feels like weeping. That is another thing in syphilitic miasm. Feels like weeping. So spontaneous. Sometimes to differentiate between the person of psoric miasm and syphilitic miasm in certain cases, because sometimes hysteric behavior, in hysteric behavior sometimes it is not so easy to differentiate. So full of hallucinations and these, but hallucinations are also there in psychotic miasm. But in syphilitic miasm it is more fear. Fear is due to, because fear, if you take the aspect of fear, so in syphilitic miasm the fear is due to no proper comprehension or understanding. But the fear in a person of psychotic miasm, that is fear of losing in psychotic miasm. That is the fear in psychotic miasm. The fear is connected to the feeling of insecurity and mistrust and all this. That is psychotic miasm. Due to that, there is fear. The fear in a soric person also there will be fear. But the fear in a soric person is in a different perspective. There, the fear is that internally, fear of being dominated. So that is what you see in soric. So the fear is what you appear. The fear appears before you, but what is behind this? What is the basis of this fear that differs from miasm to miasm? That is where we have to observe. So the fear aspect of fear and the aspect of weeping in all this. So we have to just observe the base. Then we can identify which miasm is acting. So either in children or also in grown-up persons. For example, the weeping tendency in natrium muriaticum person is very intense. Natrium muriaticum is basically a powerful anti-psoric remedy. So a person of natrium muriaticum can weep for days and weeks continuously, producing so much of water. Because that is the tendency of brooding over the incidents from childhood, from the past, and feeling as if it is now. So the despondent mind, so the despondent condition of the mind is, so that also we have to observe carefully. Because if the despondency is because of depression due to some incidents, or sometimes if the despondency, for example, if the despondency is due to the romantic feeling of past events about, there is a remedy in which the person in the mental condition, when he happens to see some moonlight or some art or something, and then feels romantic, and then he goes into the past memories of many years ago, and then recollects those romantic moments where he could not or she could not succeed in that, and then gets despondent, feeling as if it is now. Feeling as if the incident is just happening now. That remedy is antimonium crudum. Antimonium crudum. That is also antipsoric remedy. Yes, that is due to romantic feeling. That is, antimonium crudum is also an antipsoric remedy. So this antimonium crudum fellow, especially when he sees the new moon, when it is new moon, looks at not only new moon, but looks at the moon, then he gets all the romantic feeling. And then when the past, when he was, for example, when he was a student or early life, then he has, and these things will come into his mind, and then he he feels as if it is before him now. That is of antimonum crudum. It's romantic ideas. So especially where there was a failure, or where he could not something which he could not succeed. For example, she fell into love with a person which could not succeed, and after many years develops into this, and then it will be aggravated from such situations in the moonlight, or when sees some very good painting or very good, which is a beautiful thing, something very beautiful. So this makes this person get into that feeling. That is typical of this remedy, antimonum crudum. It is antipsoric remedy. Good memories, if your mind do not get into despondency, that is okay, because when you get despondent means it is not a good memory. That itself is a proof. When your mind is in good condition, your experience is happiness, and happiness is always, there is no need to brood over the past events to be happy. You can be happy now. If you are a healthy person, you will feel happy always. If you have to find, to trace some events to be happy, so when you need something to support your happiness, then that means you are not happy. The real happiness, there is no need for any support. You can be happy always, spontaneously. And especially when your mind is despondent, so then that means there is something wrong. Despondence, fear, hallucinations, inconsistency, all these of mind, this is something which is not natural. Yes.
So this kind of person, they can take the photos or something like this to improve their happiness. This is some precise remedy, or this is just like something?
These symptoms you can find in few remedies which are similar, and then with the symptoms, other symptoms, when you correlate, then you can arrive at the remedy. For example, natrum muriaticum, like this, that may be, if it is from psoric, or sometimes due to tubercular miasm, where there is inconsistency, so the person feels very good with very good relationship for some time, and then the mind is, because of the tubercular miasm, it changes. Because in tubercular miasm, it is always craving for some variety, a new experience, and leaving the old. So that is the tendency. So that may be, so you have to find out whether it is that from that point or from this point. So this is how you have to analyze. Then you can arrive at the remedies. Yes, because the study of observation of psychology of the person, then that gives you, that will enable you to select a remedy, because the treatment should be on that level. And for the miasmatic treatment, that should be mostly on the mental level. Which craving? Emotional disturbance that you find in all the because it is mainly It's miasms. The base is Sora, always we have to remember. And Sora is mainly responsible for all the emotional disturbances. But they are translated in different manifestations according to the active miasm. That's what we can see.
But if somebody remembers something bad and suffering from it, oh, it was so brutal, it was so, this is secret. Yes, weeping all the time. And if someone feels sad because he had no such experience, oh, it was so tasty food in my childhood, I wanted what I could not find. Oh, it was so exciting sex with one person, but he's gone from my life and now I have no. Or it was so beautiful experience in the mountains, and the craving for the good, for the good emotions. This is also spirit miasm, it can be any.
Yes, mainly a tendency to always brood over the past events, to dwell on the past events, and especially to the unhappy events. There are difference. Happy events also, they may be happy events, but now thinking of those events, suppose you are thinking of some happy events. So by thinking to the happy events, if you feel happy now, that is different. But by thinking of happy events, if you feel unhappy now because they are lost, that means there is a disturbance, emotional disturbance. That can be, that also soric, basically psoric. That brooding, yes, that's soric miasm. Yes, that is because the Sora makes the person, the mind of the person, to be always unhappy. That is basically, that is soric miasm. And on that basis, then all the other things will arise. So, if it is fears and hallucinations, that is one type, or inconsistency of mind, or depression of mind and self-torturing, self-condemnation. So these are different manifestations. If it is syphilitic miasm, it will be self-condemnation, and that type of manifestation what you find in syphilitic miasm.
So if somebody again and again refer to this pathological
Self-condemnation, self-reproach, self-condemnation, self-torture, torturing themselves. Yes, when they are angry, they will torture themselves. When that goes more intense, that is suicidal. In advanced degree, it turns into suicide. So self-torturing, suicidal, all this.
There must be, because I'm observed through mostly types of emotional disturbances.
Yes.
One day they have bad experience and they are suffering from the fears, from the expectations. Oh, it can be so difficult to go into a new relationship, or it can be so full of fear to go to the street. Another, then they have a good, then they are not believe that it can happen again. So I was so happy with my child last year. I know it will never return because it is one. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, that is what soric. That is soric type of thinking. So in this syphilitic miasm, there is the tendency to weep even without apparent tears and sitting in solitude. So most of the time in the syphilitic miasm, there is always a tendency to go into solitude. Because the syphilitic person feels inferior and feels unfit in the company of the others. So that is the feeling of a syphilitic person. Yeah, he feels always isolated. A syphilitic person, even when he is in the group, then also can feel isolated. That is syphilitic miasm. Feeling of isolation. So feeling of isolation, not only in solitude, but even when he is in a group. Even people around, for example, even people around us are joyful and cheerful, but syphilitic person cannot be cheerful. So this, because he feels isolated. You mean the person who is a victim or the person who is acting?
Perhaps there is a group of people, family go to the nature, sit and put a fire and just chanting, but some child feeling deserted and run away and hiding in the forest. So everyone has to look where what is this mean? Because he feels very isolated. Nobody wants to understand that they're all chanting and I'm so alone and so unhappy.
Yes, that is syphilitic miasm. That is syphilitic because he cannot, when other members can be on that level and then they can understand each other, he thinks misunderstood.
But his behavior would be here because he can see and cry. The second, he can just take a stone and throw in the car. Or
That is tubercular persons.
yes, so, but he also feels.
In tubercular and psychotic, that is suspicion. They suspect that person. He gets angry because he suspects that he is purposefully being rejected, or purposefully the other persons are isolating him like this. That is his feeling. That is why he becomes destructive. He behaves in a destructive manner. But syphilitic person is not like that.
the person not trying to take attention on himself.
No.
But then he's hiding, everyone is looking on him.
He is hiding because of this fear. Because a syphilitic person is shy. If syphilitic person is shy, introvert,
But I have such impression that then somebody looks for him, he sit and all the time wow, that all other people have to
that is not syphilitic. Because a syphilitic person cannot make this. Only the psychotic person or tubercular person wants to attract the attention of others. Even the child also. That is why some children, you see, to attract the attention of the parents or others, So they can do anything. They can roll on the ground or scream or hide. This hiding is to attract the attention. So that is tubercular and psychotic behaviors, not syphilitic. Because syphilitic person cannot have that type of intelligence. That is only you find in psychotic and tubercular persons.
So does it mean then that the sorrow, the behavior would be just simply sit aristotelically in this, so that you would be there, brooding, and feel better? Is that right?
Yes, basically that will be in the inner consciousness. In soric person, in the inner layers of consciousness in the mind, that will be on the background, and basing on this, they behave like that. And pessimism increases gradually in the life of a syphilitic person. In syphilitic miasm, its pessimistic nature goes on increasing. Nirasa, pessimism. Due to this, gradually, when they are advancing in their age, they lose their inclination for life. So, this pessimism makes this person lose interest in life, disinterested in life. And then when it advances more, then they will get idea to put an end to the life. That is how it develops in such person. And due to this type of pessimistic nature and this disinterestedness, so therefore in their work also, this will reflect in their activity, in their daily activity, in their work. So the interest in the work is decreasing. Then they don't feel the interest in their work. In the persons of tubercular miasm, that is different. They will have a great interest in some work, and afterwards the mind changes because of inconsistency. Then they lose interest in this work and interested in another work. So it's shifting of interest in tubercular miasm. But here it is not shifting, but it is a decrease. And then another feature is that an indifferent behavior towards the incidents or whatever is happening around him. So this indifferent behavior is due to slow reaction. Because of the low comprehension, slow reaction, all this, due to all this, there is an indifferent behavior. tubercular person also, a person can be indifferent, but that is in tubercular person, because that person is mostly concerned about his or her own needs, her own personal wantings. So therefore for others he may feel indifferent in tubercular miasm. But here this indifference is due to the low comprehension, low reaction. So whatever is happening around this person is not easily comprehensible. That is the reason. What is happening that they cannot easily, it does not easily enter into the mind. That is why. Suppose in between, for example, in between husband and wife, if the wife is sick, for example, if he is the person of tubercular miasm, then he will not care at all. Only he cares only when if he is suffering. That is tubercular miasm. But in syphilitic miasm, he cannot completely comprehend, he cannot understand that she is suffering and what he has to do. So this is the difference in this behavior. So this indifference can be either due to laziness, or due to selfishness, or due to lack of proper understanding. So this is where we have to analyze from the behavior of the person. So in the syphilitic miasm, basically it is because of lack of understanding. That is the basis. Suppose another person is in very bad sick condition, and this person, for example, is feeling hungry. So normally, if you are feeling hungry, if you have to take food, suppose if you have a person besides you who is suffering so much, so normally your reaction is to what to do, first preference is for that person, and you can. But if it is syphilitic person, so this understanding of the situation, there it is very low. That's why he says he say, I want to take food. He may take his plate and food, and then this is an indifference due to lack of understanding in syphilitic miasm.
How could we know? That's what some question. And he is first and somebody near his other. But how can we know? This is because of his misunderstanding, or this is because of the supreme feeling of superiority?
Generally, this behavior, in this example, this type of behavior is generally in syphilitic miasm or tubercular miasm. In tubercular miasm, it doesn't care for others. It is because that is what is called the lack of conscience. So that is there in tubercular miasm. But in syphilitic miasm, so from the person, by observing the person, his general level of understanding, you can easily identify a person of syphilitic miasm. Because the general level of comprehension, you can already know it is low. That is from the conversation, by observing. Yes, he can be also sadistic. The sadistic nature is there in tubercular miasm. He can make if he is angry on this person, he can make him suffer more with his behavior. Even if the other person is suffering, so if he is really unhappy or angry about the person, he can behave in such a manner to make him more, to suffer more. No, anger may not be exhibited. In persons of tubercular miasm or psychotic miasm, the anger may not be expressed or exhibited, but they will behave in that manner, sadistic. So, even without much anger also, the tubercular person may be more, when it is more advanced, even without reason he can behave cruelly. That is sadistic. That is tubercular miasm. That is his basic behavior. So this cruel behavior, sadistic type of behavior, is mostly of tubercular miasm. That cruel nature belongs to tubercular miasm, because there is no conscience in them. That is advanced degree of tubercular miasm. When those, yes, for pleasure. If a person can just kill any creature for pleasure, that is tubercular miasm. Because they won't mind killing. Yes, that when you select the remedy, you have to go into the high delusion. Otherwise, because it is on the high level of consciousness, discrimination is destroyed.
So that would also apply to the torture of prisoners and whatnot, these politicians who say yes.
Yes, that is all that crazy behavior is because of tubercular miasm.
And then what about the other politicians who see that? They're not doing it directly, but they go along with it without speaking out. Then what is their problem?
Those who are there, but those who do not react. This you mean?
Yes.
Those who do not react. There also it's because when you do not react to something which is such type of psychotic and tubercular. If a person who directly is involved or a person who supports this indirectly, so there can be some persons who are directly involved in such cruel acts, and some persons who silently support this, do not try to, they do not react to this and then support this. So that is this tendency. For example, even when you are watching such a program in television or when you are watching a movie, suppose in that you happen to watch some crime. So a person of tubercular miasm feels very happy. Yeah, it's wonderful. That is because of the innate tubercular miasm makes the person react in such a manner.
And when a person can come out and say that an act of cruelty and torture knowingly has been performed on someone. I speak of this waterboarding that was done to prisoners at Guantanamo, where they make them believe that they are drowning by pouring water on them. And this was done to one prisoner 180 times. And one politician said, nothing wrong. If it gets him to speak, there's nothing wrong with it. So on one level, okay, let us say they know they are doing it. But then there isn't it another level when they come out and say, no, it's okay. And then the others are quiet. So we have the second stage of coming out and supporting this. This is also to the good.
Yes, and when you support a person who can support consciously a cruel and criminal act, so that is due to this tubercular miasm or psychotic miasm, these two.
And all the others in silent complicity don't speak out.
Yeah, other person, suppose if there is a syphilitic person, so he cannot understand what is happening. Due to that he may be silent.
There is a criminal who is in prison for some reason, and the guy who tortures him is also a tubercular.
Yes, because this inclination, because there an emotional involvement, this is very difficult, you see, an emotional involvement. It is difficult to make a line of discrimination because, for example, the judge has sentenced a criminal to death, for example. So judge has given a judgment, and there is an executor of this judgment, a person who executes this judgment. So now think of the executor. If the executor is not emotionally he thinks, yes, now I have an opportunity to kill, nice. So then means he is involved, emotionally involved, because then he is miasmatic. This makes the difference. You see? No. Suppose a person is being tortured unlawfully or illegally without reason, then a person who can torture in this manner is mostly of tubercular miasm. And a person who is afraid, who knows this, that it is not legal, but he has no courage to stop this. So a syphilitic person cannot understand what is happening. So a psychotic person may support this. Because a psychotic person, generally a psychotic person can, generally a person who is under the influence of a miasm, so this is what we have to analyze. A person who is not influenced by a miasm, how he responds to this situation, the same situation, for example. The same situation, a person who, or if he has no power to stop this, then he will not be there to watch this. He should escape from there. There are only two alternatives for a person who is who is proper of a proper behavior, there are two alternatives. Either he should try to stop this in spite of what may happen to him. That is one thing, a courageous person. Or if it is not possible, these are very powerful and he has no power, then he has to disappear. But then all the other persons who are there, then a syphilitic person may not comprehend what is happening, what is the seriousness and happening. A psychotic person may support this because he can also, because a psychotic person can, for him it is not something bad or criminal. For tubercular person already he is involved in this. For how a soric person will react then? If he is not syphilitic, psychotic or tubercular, but a soric person. For a soric person in this situation, he says, "Oh, this is not for me. This is not my business." So he is also indifferent, and he may feel that the person who is a victim has not approached me. Why should I? He has not asked me to support him or to save him. So he will be indifferent in that manner. Psoric person. So this is the analysis what you can make. But the worst is the tubercular miasm. So he will enjoy the emotional in the emotional reaction. It is in the form of enjoyment in a tubercular person. That is why when you happen to watch a crime, if you still continue to watch it, you enjoy it, that means there is very deep consciousness in tubercular miasm is active. That is terrible. Even in a program also, there should be no inclination for this if you are really healthy. You should not think that, after all it is a television program, the crime of killing or sexual abuse and all these things. You should not watch. There is no reason to watch this if you are in proper condition of mind. If you are tubercular, then you feel, you will enjoy. That is how you must know from this.
Then again, you can enjoy
Huh?
Then again, you can enjoy a Sherlock Holmes film or something like that. That's also about crime, but about getting the criminal.
Researching documents from Hitler.
Yes, because if a healthy person, if you are a person free from all this, then you will enjoy only when, even in the program also, what is nature and very good things, and there are many good things you can enjoy. But if you are enjoying only about these things, especially, then that is something wrong.
Admiring power, you can think so, because it has to be aristocracy. Like admiring Hitler in the Second World War. That would have to be
Hitler?
with the higher real better.
Hitler, he felt that he has come down to destroy evil, and that is highly psoric behavior.
And those who admire and watch all these documentations.
Yes. And another manifestation in this miasm is that the capacity of hearing is affected in mostly in syphilitic miasm. Not only, but mostly. More of syphilitic person. So not only hearing, but all the the functioning of the five senses, that is reduced, that is diminuted due to the syphilitic miasm. So even at early age, this is not in old age, but even in early age, the hearing will go down, or the capacity of sight, the sight. In syphilitic miasm especially, even in children also, you can see myopic. When the child has inherited advanced degree of this miasm, then from the very childhood is terribly myopic. So every time, once in a year, then they go to the specialist of the eyes, and then increasing the power of the glasses, and all this happens. Mostly yes. Myopic is almost considered syphilitic. No. This is. The persons of psychotic miasm also get the problem of sight, but this myopic tendency is of syphilitic miasm.
So, what is happening in middle and early old age is the advancement of the syphilitic miasm, when you have to start wearing glasses with your arms are not long enough anymore to see. Is that an advancement of one of these?
Oh yes. So if it is mostly of this myopic tendency, basically, which is increasing, or also the formation of cataract, mostly in syphilitic. And also there will be distortion of sense of smell. Sometimes loss of sensation of smell, and sometimes distorted sense of smell. Color blindness, it can be due to psychotic miasm also. Yeah, loss of smell, the misfunctions of the sensorium, all the senses, that is due to the miasmatic effect. But then you can have influence of a particular miasm in a particular direction. And some persons can be distorted sense of smell. For example, some person the memory of some smell makes the person feel the smell. That is there in sulfur, especially towards the bad smells. And in some persons there will be inclination to smell the bad things. That is in psychotic miasm. Yes. In children also you find from the very childhood. Some children, you can observe, when you observe some children and they put the fingers and boring the nose, and afterwards they can put the finger in the anus and again boring the nose. Some children take this behavior, that is psychotic children. Yes. And in some persons, when they have transpiration, you can find some persons have the inclination to take their clothes and to smell it. That you find in remedies like Tuya. Petrol, the smell of petrol, some people like the smell of petrol, some people like the smell of the cooking gas. Yeah, there are some persons, they have such craving for, from time to time they open the cylinder and inhale it, very dangerous also, but they like this smell. Yes. For the food also, stinking food, the smell of stinking food. That is in other miasms also, in soric miasm. Some syphilitic children also, because they don't have the comprehension, therefore also, due to that also. So distortion of the sense of taste also can be there. And distortion of the sense of touch. Sense of touch, for example, when it is warm to everybody, some person will be there, feels, oh, it is chilly, but it is not chilly. For others it is warm. So there is some disturbance in sense of touch. Yes, that can be due to fear, or sometimes that can be due to some aversion. So it depends upon what type of feeling. Aversion can be, or can be fear.
Or you have to tell the story of the old man sitting in a room and he doesn't want his grandchild to come in.
That is typical of Arnika. That is because of fear. Because that fellow is a gouty. Gout.
We've seen this before, a couple of lessons ago.
The inflammation and pain in the joints. So that will be what you said is, that is an Arnika. That is different. That is not. That is exaggerated sense of touch. There, the grandfather who is gouty, when his grandson is playing, so he will be very careful from here. His fear is that he may come and fall on his. That is psychotic, and that is typical of Arnika. That is typical symptom of Arnika. So we have a lunch break.